What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Pacaplus. Yes, how are you guys? Hopefully you guys are having a really great day today. Listen, I'm hoping to God that this is the last episode of this dang game, because if not, we're gonna have a problem, because tomorrow it's gonna be Nintendo Week, and this week that's coming up, it's gonna be Mage Quest again. So, a quick recap of what happened yesterday. Kazuma pissed me off. Period. Okay? That's it. Let's continue with the story. Alright. So yesterday we left off that we were back in school. You know, Cuddy saying good morning to everybody. That's pretty self-explanatory. Shinozawa speaks up after noticing us. I see. So there really So there really was some distance relative to where Yukari and I usually are. Here we go. I can push through it. Dang it! I realized that once again when Shinozawa says that. That neck. I guess we are, you know? Yeah, but of course. Alright, yeah. It's just putting... Okay, look, listen, I know how... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep my opinions short, okay? So that way we can just breeze through the end of the game. Here we go. So she's trying to pound in everything that they do in a maid cafe into 1 week. Those spoiled girls. I'm confident though. Although Yukari never appears to have confidence, she has the determination to do things properly when she puts her mind into it. You'll be fine, Yukari. Just do your best. Well, the bell rings and we head to our seats. Oh god, he's still observation. Golly, man. Math. The teacher writes a problem on the board and looks for raised hands to answer it. However, not a single hand goes up. At this age, it's embarrassing to raise your hand in middle school, in the middle of class. Furthermore, the problem given is two college entrance exam levels of difficulty. To give such a problem to us freshmen to solve, quite the cruel prank. Nothing good will come out of our eyes meeting. I look down at my notebook. Oh, the teacher calls out to Yukari.
Hi.
Yeah, there you go. She stands up in front of the blackboard, seeming to have that sense of surrender after being caught. Listen, I used to do that too, you know, back in school. I wouldn't make eye contact with the teacher because it's embarrassing, okay? I mean, if this is freshman year, you know, it's embarrassing if you're barely ninth grade and, you know, you have to go in front of the class, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but you ease through it throughout the years in high school. Trust me, it gets easier. Even Yukari, who normally speeds through these questions, is having problems making any progress. Even so, she solves it little by little. I think the problem is more than enough to warrant feeling a compliment, but it's commendable that she earnestly tries solving it right up until the end. After filling up about half of the blackboard, Yukari stops. Then a bit of silence follows. Yukari announces her surrender to the teacher. Oh, there you go. The student who raises his hand is widely considered the biggest nerd in the class. God, you nerd! What? If you knew, then why didn't you raise your hand in the first place? Or is it that he figured out how to solve it because yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. You know, this dingus didn't know how to solve it up until Yukari did almost all of the work, and this idiot goes like, oh yeah, I know how to solve it. Get out of here. Nerd, golly. Either way, I feel irritated by this four-eyed nerd. Oh, that is. Yeah, I have glasses too. I resent that comment. Okay. Yukari returns to her seat looking a bit disheartened and shocked she couldn't answer the question, and embarrassed that she had to say in front of everyone else that she didn't know how to do it. It feels like both of those. It's not Yukari's fault. Actually, a teacher shouldn't be giving out problems like this. I'll comfort her later. She's probably bothered by it. Perhaps I should say that I understood how she's feeling. Up until now, I couldn't tell what Alpaca Yukari was thinking until I spoke with her. Yet today, I understand fully. By stepping back and taking a good look, I can see there isn't any chance in Yukari's mood or behavior. There's no chance, meaning this observation case log of mine has absolutely no point whatsoever. I don't need this log. I throw all of the observation case logs out of my mind. The bell rings. With the teacher gone, the room begins getting rather noisy. Looks like math period ended pretty quickly while I was thinking about all this stuff. Oh, whoops. I need to go to Yukari. Heyo. Nice job, Yukari.
Kazuma-kun.
As expected, Yukari looks downcast. Well, ordinary people probably can't tell by looking. Yukari tends to hide it when she's feeling down. In fact, she's smiling right now. But I can see that shadow hiding deep in her eyes. Man, what was wrong with that teacher last class, giving us that college entrance exam question?
でも私の勉強不足だよ。受験の時にはちゃんと解けるようにならないとね。
I'm just saying, we're not ready to take tests yet, so there's no way we could solve it now.
鴨北くんはできてたよ。
No! Kamakura did it because you... I would just be like, no, Yukari, listen. He did it because you pretty much answered all of the questions. He did what? Like 5%? You did 95%, man. Don't compare yourself to that egghead. He should have had his hand raised from the get-go. Yukari never speaks boldly about others, yet there seems to be a lot she wants to say that she keeps to herself instead. She doesn't express it often, or rather, she doesn't express it at all. So I'll express it instead. Up until now, we have always had these different roles. That feeling is coming back to me.
次の授業体育だから私隣のクラスに行って着替えてくるね。
There goes the encouraging hero role out the window. Oh yeah, sorry, hold you up.
ありがとうね。
Golly, dude, that voice actor is like, oh god. Okay, Yukari looks back and says thank you right before she leaves the classroom. Seeing her smile makes me feel a little better too. All right, guess I'll do my best in PE too. The boys are once again doing long distance running. I really would like it if they'd at least wait until October, when it's a lot cooler, to start doing this. Just getting involved makes me start sweating buckets. I pray for God to bring rain when we have to run long distances, but he never answers my call. Hey, I feel you. I feel you, Kazuma. I feel you. It looks like the girls are doing the high jump in the middle of the track. We're running around after they do their warm-ups and a bit of light running. They're now finally about to start doing the high jumps. I look around searching for Yukari. Golly, dude, there's a truck passing by. Jesus Christ! 2 trucks. Damn. Okay. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take me long to pick her out this time either. After all, she's an alpaca wearing bloomers. Oh my! The hair on her rear end is poking out. What the? How lewd! Yukari, come on, man! You gotta tuck in your fur back. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, looks like she noticed. She fixes them. She fixes the hem of her bloomers by herself. Looks like they're going up from the bottom of the roll call. That means Yukari will be near the back. Last week in PE, Yukari wasn't able to complete a single high jump. I hope she can get over it this week. I'm finally about to surpass one of those walls in my own life. The first person finishes, then the second, then it's finally Yukari's turn. No. Okay. I can tell even from this far away that she is tense. It sort of feels like I've caught that tension up and I straighten it up as well. Yukari starts off. It looks like she's coordinating her steps to match up with the moment she jumps. The bus passed again, guys. If you missed the bus, I do feel sorry for y'all. 1, 2, 3, and jump. By the look of it, that's pretty decent takeoff. Seems like she'll make it, right? Yes, she should. Yukari's body lifts up and goes higher and higher. A beautiful curve that doesn't appear to be weighted down. It's at that moment when it seems as if she sprouted wings that Yukari's body passes completely over the high jump bar. It all happened in just a brief moment, but it will be forever burned in my memory. After flying over, hold on, I can't get over this picture, man. After flying over, she just lets gravity do the rest. Yukari falls down onto the mat. I want to start clapping, but I remember that I am in class right now. If I was a girl, I would go up to her and applaud. I feel a twitch that makes me want to do it right now. It really doesn't mean much of anything to the other student that Yukari is able to complete the high jump. However, I can see how satisfied she is by looking at her face. Oh god, I can't look at that face, but I can't. I'll congratulate her later. She'll love it.
こら佐伯お前いつみさんバカに言い過ぎっていうかちゃんと走らねえとまたどやされるぞ
It's fine, it's fine. The teacher is gauging the time, so he doesn't... Wait. Gauging? Yeah, gauging the time so he doesn't have time to watch us. I tell you.
貴様ら何を無駄口叩いておるかほら何が俺らのことなんて見てないだお前ら追加でグラウンド5周だお前のせいだぞ最近
Hell no, you started peeking that. Thus, on the other side of Yukari's successful high jump, I am forced to run the grounds for all eternity. Another 5, please? Another 5? Please, no. How many years do you think one lap of these grounds are? Because I have extra laps. I don't finish running until after the bell. We spent a lunch period peacefully hidden away together. Actually, I woke up early to make her lunch as a sort of apology for up until now. Yukari eats happily.
やっぱりカズマくんの作るオムライスって最高だね
God dang her face. You do love your rice
好き
omelet.
なものがあるって幸せなことなんだよ嫌なことがあっても頑張れるんだから
Was there something, a bad thing?
今日じゃないんだけど体育の高跳びがうまく飛べなくてだからオムライス食べて頑張って練習してたんだよ
Is that
おか
so?
げで今日の高跳びはちゃんと飛べたんだよ
It's because of the rice omelets? Oh god. So she was able to do the high jump today because she practiced extra hard after all. Yeah, I watched all of that.
見てたの
I was watching like a hawk. You wouldn't just yeah, she didn't notice. Remember how I had to run until the bell? That was because they got angry that I was watching you.
そうだったのなんかごめんね私のせいで
How is that your fault, man? What are you saying? I watched because I wanted to, man. Come on. I do feel bad about getting my classmate caught up in it too, though. Hold up. Why are you taking the blame? It's not like you were like, oh, hey, have you seen Yukari? That jump was nice. What am I doing? Man, you did well. I rub Yukari's head as I say that. Come on. Okay. Dang it, man. Okay, she may say random stuff like that, but she still loves being praised. Feeling the warmth from her fur. I'm about to embrace her again, but I hold myself back with the powers of rationality. Well, it's about time to start with the surprise event. I went ahead and purchased dessert from the school cafeteria. What's more, they were selling a new flavor of jelly. I mean, they call it new flavor, but they're probably just doing market research. I peeled off the lid and I gave it to Yukari. Here, dessert. It's a reward for you trying your hard.
ありがとう
God, please. She brings the jelly to her mouth as she smiles without a shred of suspicion. Oh, the moment it enters her mouth, her smile freezes and her expression gradually becomes sour.
カズマくんこれって
I don't know what it is. Yeah, new item in the cafeteria.
そうじゃなくてこれって何味のゼリー
I have no idea. It's okra. Oh no. Isn't this what she doesn't like? Oh wait. bell pepper jelly? That's kind of gross. The slogan for this is "You'll beat the summer heat."
オクラ嫌いだって言ってるじゃない。
Kari gulps down all of her tea with tears in her eyes. That's why. Actually, it's not good to be picky, so I'm trying to figure out ways to get you to eat okra.
カズマくん、私のオクラ嫌いを直そうとしてくれたの？
That's Kazuma for you, being a dingus at the same time trying to get you over the fact that you hate
ご
okra.
めん、私全然気づいてなかったよ。ありがとう。私も食べられるようになりたいから頑張るね。
Okay, she accepts it wholeheartedly, but of course, it's not a good thing to be picky, so we'll just go with that. I thought her taste would change after she became an alpaca, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Alpacas also have things they like and dislike. I'll bet not all of them like grass. Whoa. I'm not sure if you could count okra as grass, though. Still, I guess I really will try to look for a way to get her over to this taste for okra. Man, Yukari is just too trusting. If I'm not careful, she'll be tricked by some bad man. I guess it's fine if I'm just always by her side. Alright, it's about time to head back to class. Got to make it through the afternoon classes too. There we go. With less than 1 week until the school festival, there are piles of things to get done after school, like the signing, the maid cafe, and practicing serving customers. Normally, you're only allowed to stay until 6 p.m. at school, but we're giving a special exemption to stay until 8, right before the school festival. The girls practice greeting customers, and the boys are building signs and upholstery. I'm fine since I'm in the home club, but the guys in the other clubs are having to run between doing the class program and their club program. Yukari is in the orchestra club, and they'll be holding a small concert on the day of the festival. So after practicing greeting guests for an hour, she has to rush straight to the music room. I like to help her out if I could, but boys can't wear the maid clothes. Of course, that'll be weird. I have to be in the back on that day too. I have to. There you go.
よし、じゃあ今日の練習はこれくらいにしましょう。
疲れた。笑顔を維持するってこんなに大変なんだね。
Seems like the girls are done with their customer reception practice. The fundamentals of a maid are smile and service. Shinozawa is quite motivated when teaching. It's amazing that even though it's difficult training, not a single girl wants to quit part way through. Of course, this is part of the Shinozawa's magic
明日
too.
はオムライスの文字入れとケーキの飾り付けやるからよろしくね。
Oh man.
男子も今日の仕込みはこれくらいでいいわよ。順調に進んでるから問題ないわ。
The boys start cleaning up too after hearing Shinozawa speaks, but they put the fabrics and the other stuff in the interior away in storage, and they are ready to go. I should invite Yukari along to go home. Her club should be over by now. I pick up my bag and head for the music room. The soundproofing of this music room allows me to hear only a faint trace of violin being played. Oh, she's playing a different song than the usual. One I've never heard. I open the door ever so gently, thinking they might still be performing. If they aren't done, then I think I'll head back alone, so as not to bother them. Golly. Peeking through the crack, I can see Yukari. I search around carefully for others, but there is no one else. It seems the club is over. Finding peace of mind, I open the door all the way. Yukari looks over at the entrance when she noticed the sound.
カズマくん。
I would have been like, yo, why you stop playing, man? Just keep playing. You know, close your eyes, visualize, and you know, when you're done, I'll be there. Good work on your club. I was thinking we could go back home together. She has a troubled expression for a moment. Could it be she has something she needs to do after this? No, that's not it. The expression probably means, do you still want to practice?
学園祭で演奏する曲、新しい曲なんだけど、まだ手になじまなくて。あと1週間しかないから、もうちょっと練習したいかな。
Hey, do you mind if I stay and listen?
Alright.
If you're playing at the festival, there's going to be guests watching. So wouldn't it be better if you got used to that tension? Also, I simply want to listen to Yukari play the violin. I know if I straighten up straight up tell her this, she'll be too embarrassed to let me listen to her play, so I'll stay quiet.
じゃあちょっとだけ
It's adorable. Yukari bashfully re-eyes the violin. In that moment, her expression changes. She has a focused expression on her face. She breathes for a moment, then begins playing. I probably just witnessed the moment when she goes from normal Yukari to serious Yukari. She said she's not used to it, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds like she's able to play it elegantly. However, she isn't satisfied with her own playing yet. The evening sun spills in and bathes Yukari's body in the light. That spectacle is absolutely beautiful to me. No, this isn't a sensation that can be summed up with just the word beautiful. To me, it's like Yukari is shining. This is certainly an alpaca in front of me. However, it's Yukari. Closing my eyes as I listen to her play, I recall what it was like up until last month. Oh, there she is. What is the difference between the sound then and Yukari's sound now? No, certainly there is none. That refreshing melody is the same as Yukari's from back then. This heartwarming sound, this is Yukari's music. The reason I talked to Yukari in the first place was because I was drawn in by this music. I really do love Yukari. I love the girl before me. Oh. That's it? That ended up real quick. Are we skipping Tuesday, please? Yes, we're going to go straight to Friday. I'm guessing Friday. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I mean, the day. Oh, okay, the day before the festival. Saturday is normally a day off from school, but we go early to prepare for the festival the next day. Now we can see the fruits of our many days of labor finally taking form. From the crack of dawn, we're busy in preparation for opening Maid Cafe Manan, the name of our mock store. The entire class is frantic, engrossed in their work. The boys are changing the curtains, arranging the desk, and creating a simple prep room in the back of the classroom.
おい仕切り用の布これサイズ足りてないぞ
ちゃんとサイズ測ってあるはずよ。
ありりああ悪い
佐伯、ちょっとこっち来て。
What is it? I rush over to Shinozawa's back.
簡易キッチン周り、あなたに一任してもいい？明日キッチンの責任者はあなただから、自分が使いやすいようにセッティングしちゃっていいわよ。
Roger. Hey, guys, I need some help. I call for some guys to start working in the
じゃ
kitchen.
私は衣装の方見てくるわ。
Uh-huh. The girls are assembling their outfits in another room, and Shinozawa leaves to check on that. All right, let's get to work. It's a classroom, kitchen, so there are only a few things we're allowed to take in there. What we have prepared for this is a mini fridge, microwave kettle, kitchen knife, and cutting board, amongst other things. We would have set up a water dispenser as well, but the idea got cut. It isn't so much a budget issue as nobody knows what we will do with the thing after the festival. It would have made things so much easier since it dispenses both hot and cold water, but since it isn't good for the school, it can't do anything about it. I plug in each of the appliances and check to see there are no problems, but while doing that, I noticed something else. Hey, yo, there aren't enough outlets for these. The kettle, the microwave, the refrigerator, all those electricity, it's fine when we aren't busy, but switching out the plugs when we are full is going to be a problem. Hey, don't we have a splitter?
あるはずだけど確か全部使い切ってるはず
Can you go and see if we can borrow one from the student
ク
console?
ラスで借りてきたケーブル自体が生徒会からの借り物だったはずだから今から追加申請って難しいんじゃないか
Okay, yeah, we're in a bind. Our only choice is to go buy one. Looking at my classmates next to me, I remember something it might work. Hey, isn't your house pretty close to here?
うん近いけど
Do you think you can get an extension cable from your house?
余ってるとは思うけど学校抜け出すのまずくない？明日持ってくるじゃダメかな。
It's true that he can't just bring it tomorrow, but I really want to leave tomorrow open for bringing in the materials. I don't know, man. I think it's just an outlet. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could bring it tomorrow. Kazuma, please. Don't be a dingus. Don't kill, right? This for me, okay? Because I'm on good terms with you right now. So stop. If something goes wrong, we might not be able to open up the shop. Sorry, oh my god. I really want to fix this, but by today, I'll go check with Shinozawa. After saying that, I head towards the classroom they're using to put their outfits together. A girl's surely cry can be heard from within the classroom.
でもこれスカート短くない？あんた足細いんだからちょうどいいわよ。男子に見せつけちゃえ。
They seem to be really into it. Oh, this wouldn't be really bad if I open the door. Yes, it would, you dingus. You're changing. Golly, man. I mean, you guys are still in high schools. Come on. The girls are in the middle of changing right now, so I would be threatened like a criminal if I were to go in while I ponder what to do.
カズマくん？
Yukari exits the classroom. Oh, she's not wearing her maid outfit. Well, I'll look forward to that tomorrow. I want to see the human Yukari in her maid outfit, but an alpaca is just fine too. Whoops, can't forget why I'm here. Could you call Shinozawa for me? There is something I need to talk to her.
わかった。ちょっと待ってて。
Yukari goes back in the room not long after she brings out
聞きたいことっ
Shinozawa.
て？
Yeah, so we're out of extension cables. You see, I was thinking of having a guy who lives close by go and
な
get
んだ
one.
そんなことか。延長ケーブルなら足りなくなると踏んで、私も何本か家から持ってってある。
That's Shinozawa for you, baby. Being prepared. I am beyond impressed and
ゆかり
into awe.
教壇のところに赤いボックス置いてあるのわかる？
わかるよ。
その中に延長ケーブルとか入ってるから案内してあげて。
Much
それ以
appreciated.
外にもいろいろ入ってるから好きに使っていいわよ。
Yeah, I
じゃあ
will do.
私は衣装合わせに戻るから。
She quickly heads back into the classroom after saying that.
それじゃあ行こうか、カズマくん。
Lead the way. What is this song? No, no, no. We returned to the classroom and acquired extension cables, and you caught his phone
も
rings.
しもし。あ、パパ。
Daddy again. Come
わか
on.
った。校庭まで行くね。
Your father.
着いたから校庭まで来てくれって。
That's right, because of the stuff that we said if she could bring, right? All right. Athletic club, we need your help carrying this. There we go. Yes, other club members who usually have nothing to do all summer but lays around are contributing by carrying all the furniture.
そのバスタブは教室の端に持って行って。で、その熊のぬいぐるみをバスタブに入れてもらっていいかな。
Wait, this is a cafe, not a public bathroom. Why is there a bathtub? What? You kind of hands out orders as things are brought in. I had no idea how we were going to pull this off when a truck that looks like that of a moving company pulled up. But once we divided up the load, it wasn't that much of an effort. Looks like we'll be fine just leaving it up to Yukari. I might as well go back to settling up in the kitchen.
こんなもんかな。
A gorgeous tapestry decorates the wall. It looks much more like a maid cafe when we swap out the plain cream-colored curtains for white lacy ones. These incredibly luxurious decorations are a bit distracting, but at this point, it doesn't matter. By the time the girls who are good at cooking finishes the preparation for tomorrow's menu items, it is already starting to get dark outside. We're exhausted after having spent all day on pretty much nothing but preparing. But we are what? Preparing much nothing to do but preparing. But okay, this is weird. But we're still in high spirits. We're gonna make this work
当たり
tomorrow.
前でしょ。私の計画は完璧よ。
I get you, yeah. I get you.
みんな
Shinozawa.
で頑張ろう。
Everyone speaks individually for how how they feel about tomorrow. Preparations for the school festival are done. Now there's just tomorrow. No matter how you slice it, tomorrow is everything. We're going to make this work. Seeing everyone up from the classroom, we turn off the lights and making their way home. I'm looking forward to the school festival tomorrow. Oh, there it is. Come on. Let's.
であるからして、学生の本分は勉学に勤しむことでありますが、本学園の設立理念からも、生徒諸君の自主管理、運営によって学園祭を成功に導くことが、諸君らに自立を促し、近い将来、社会に
The principal's long, pointless speech goes on from the crack of dawn unto forever, but not a single student is listening. His long speech finally ends, and the students are released from the gym auditorium. It's 8:30 a.m. now. Our cafe opens at 10. We need to perform our final preparation to check
女
before
子は
that.
更衣室行って着替えてきて。男子はメニューの最終チェック。足りない飲み物があったら買ってきて。
Shinozawa signal, everyone checks on their assigned task, and the girls go to change. Her leadership skills are amazing. I check to see how the coffee maker is doing and check on the drinks in the cooler. As long as the boss and his daughter brings the case, I'll have to fulfill my responsibility.
ねえカズマくん
Oh no, hold up, I just realized something. I just realized maybe okay, hold on. Because maybe the cakes won't be here because remember that we didn't go to help the boss out that one day? Or maybe they will get here and they're gonna be a disaster. I don't know. I don't have a bad feeling about this. Someone tapped me on the back. What is this? This is adorable though. Turning around and see you got in her maid outfit.
どうかな
I can't. I don't know, dude. I can't. Yukari blushes as she inquires how to express this. It's certainly cute, but it's as if it is from an art exhibit, like it was donated to use for some reason from some art museum. No, stop. Seemingly responsible to my silence, Yukari's expression starts to turn worried and gloomy. Cute. It's really suits you. I follow up frankly. She still seems unpleased and puffs out a bit.
じゃあ今のまま何なのよ
I was taken with you,
こん
man.
な表情には見えなかったけどな
Oh my god, my cell phone rings, saved by the bell. Literally. Looking at screen as she is from my boss. Hello?
ああ、カズマくんかい。今、校門のところまで来たから、何人か連れてきてもらえないかな。
Dude, my suspicions were wrong. I got it, I'll be there soon. So it seems my boss brought the cakes. I need to go.
わかったわよ
Look,
三鷹さん待たせちゃ悪いしね
I would have been like, listen, babe, you look amazing. Give her a kiss in the cheek. Be like, see you in a bit. And that's it, you know what I mean? She looks adorable. Good morning, boss. Good morning, Rio, boss. I give the boss and his daughter, Rio, a greeting.
おはよう。
おはようカズマッチ。久しぶり。
それじゃあ、これがケーキ12箱だ。
一応8カットずつに切ってあるんだけど、大丈夫だった？
Yes, that helps a lot. I thought I'd have to do it myself, so it saves me the
私たち
trouble.
も後から顔を出そうと思ってるよ。喫茶店経営頑張るんだよ。
You got it, boss. You won't be
じゃ
disappointed.
あ私たちはこれで。
Alright, see you too, man. They return to their car and head back to the Black Cat Cafe after seeing that 12 whole cakes. They probably woke up early just to make them. We have to do this right. Alright then. Let's divide the load and carry them into the classroom. Treat the cakes with care. I have no idea what Shinozawa would say if they were fudged. Okay. We really want to hurry, but we walk slowly as not to drop the cakes.
このケーキって俺らも食べれるのか
They did say if there was any left, we could split it up and give it to the staff.
マジか放課後が楽しみだぜ
That's if there's any left. The time is 9:50 a.m. We finished the last dress check, and now we're just waiting to open the
そ
store.
れじゃ今日一日頑張りましょう。儲かったら盛大に打ち上げするわよ。
Why isn't she in uniform? Everyone feels the same thing. It's been a whole month since we've invested all that time in preparation for the school's festival. That's why we are going to make this.
それではただいまより私立聖光栄学園学園祭を開催いたします。
Clapping comes from everywhere. Seikoi Private High is definitely a college prep style school, but for today, the student body is filled with the festival spirit.
お帰りなさいませ、ご主人様。
Local home master. Finally, our first master, has returned home to our maid cafe, Manat. Okay, the maids are all adding bright and shiny smiles to the end of their
バックヤード
sentences.
しっかり頼むわよ。
I got this. You're not wearing a maid outfit.
あら、見たかったね。でも私は今日一日管理の方に回ります。
That doesn't give you an excuse not to wear one. Get out of here. Is that so?
私の見た気になかったら、そうね。冬のお祭りにでも行ってみたらいいわ。
Don't tempt Kazuma Shinazawa. Don't do it. There's a festival in the winter? I'll go if I have a chance.
注文入ります。オムライスセット1つとシフォンケーキのセット1つ。ドリンクはミルクティーホットとジンジャーエール。
Our memorable first order comes from as Shinazawa and I
それじゃ
talk.
頑張ってね。
She says that and sprints off quickly. What is this? I still glance to the shop as I prep my first
お
order.
帰りなさいませ。ご主人様、お嬢様。
It's only been 30 minutes since we opened, and the seats are full. There's a line outside. It isn't just students, there are businessmen lined up outside an entrance. What? Too, as well as guys that could really only describe as giant man children. Okay. Even if this is a festival where there are a lot of non-students visitors, what is the meaning of this? Could it be? Hey, wait, what's going on? Why does the classroom change? Hey, are you sure we should have spent this much on raw materials? I remember seeing the budget outlined for this maid.
問題ないわ。今回の必ず儲かるから。宣伝もきっちりして。
You're charging for entry fee? Damn, this is most likely the effect of her advertising. I can see the grin on Shinozawa's face as she chuckles to herself behind the cashier desk. This has gone beyond impressive and into dumbfounding. She probably made a website and wrote about it in some maid cafes and school event
コーヒー
forums.
アート2つ入ります。
An order comes in as I think about it. Looks like I won't have any time to think for myself today. If I have time to think, I'll have time to act. Pouring the milk into the coffee, I then draw one is a heart and the other is a rabbit. That would be good enough. I finished the heart, no problem, but I got too fast on the rabbit and the eyes end up a bit smushed. I am thinking of tossing it and starting a new
さあ
one
もう
when
ご主人様待ってるんだからそれでいいです。
saying that, she takes a cup of messed up rabbit to the front. I'm about to dive out there, but only the girls are allowed to interact with customers. Shinozawa will probably get angry if a boy were to go out there. I give up on running her down and start working on the next order. I'm still a bit worried, so I
すみませ
speak
ん
out.
ご主人様のことを思ったら手が震えちゃって。
いやいやいや僕のことが気になったお越しなんだろう逆にレアなんですけど
I can't,
さす
dude.
がご主人様、心が広いです。
Girls are amazing, or should I say, frightening. While I think that my eyes meet with that girl's, her expression seems to say, "See." I look around for Yukari, wondering if she has started acting like that, but it turns out she's working the cash register.
いらっしゃいませ、ご主人様。
ああすぐに帰ってくる最後に握手してもいいかな
That is. Yo, hey, who said you could be fresh with my girl? My rage begins to boil up. Don't bother holding this guy. Kind of trouble.
ほら何してんのよお兄ちゃん。
One of the classmates delivers a flying kick to that master as I ponder if I should step in. That certainly looked painful. Well,
そんなことやってるから変態幼児とか呼ばれるのよ。少しは自重しなさいよね。
これ くらいセクハラじゃねえだろ。握手がセクハラだったらもう48人アイドルとかどうなる。
あれはオフィシャルだからいいの。うちの店ではそんなサービスはしておりません。
まあまあ姫も王子もここは落ち着かぎゃなすよ。
確かに店内でやることじゃないわよね。
ほら王子も次の模擬店行くぎゃなすよ。確かに時間がもったいないな。それじゃあおいとまするぎゃな。最後まで頑張るぎゃなすよ。
はいはい。変態王子の相手よろしくね。
It becomes pretty quiet after that noisy pair leaves the
ごめん
store.
ねゆかり。何も失礼をいたしました。
The student bows her head to
びっく
Yukari.
りしたけど大丈夫だよ。そこの二人手が空いてるなら手伝って。はーい。すみません。
The commotion was finally over, but master after master makes his arrival home. I peek out, but the line isn't shrinking. Rather, it's getting longer and longer. I can't even see the end of the line from here. I made a signboard that says "End of the line" here on it, but I can't even see that. Damn. Looks like it's going straight down the stairs.
カズマ何ボサッと使ってんだよ。お前も手伝え。
Whoops, this isn't the time to get caught up in worrying about the lion or Yukari. There are things here I have to do.
オムライスってもう在庫なしか。
A student peeking into the fridge asked me, I believe all we had was in the fridge. Aren't there any in the cooler?
ああ入ってない。こっちはソフトドリンクだけだ。
Jesus Christ, no more omelets for anybody. The boy answers after checking the cooler. Oh man, it's still 11:30 a.m. Running out of supplies and it's not even noon yet. Doesn't seem a bit bad. Damn, I need to grab all the menus and put sold out stickers on them.
入ります。オムライスセット、ドリンクはジンジャーで。
Speak of the devil. Actually, we just ran out of rice omelets. Can I ask you to pick all the menus while you're going to the apologize?
そうなの？そういうことはもっと早くやっときなさいよね。
In spite of the annoyed tone of her response, she still goes to the masters. Really, that's a big help. Also, I am sorry. With how fast things are moving, though, will the food we have left be enough? Well, we'll cross that bridge. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The time is 1:30 p.m. After the rice omelets, all of the sandwich sell out. It looks like the staples sell out at lunch. Also, it's long past time to change the shift, but the store hasn't settled down. What is going on? We even planned for extra staffing during the lunchtime to help increase turnover rates. Now that we're past the rush, a few people can finally take a break, but as a committee member, I cannot leave with them. There won't be anyone coming to relieve me from another half hour. Our class is split up into 3 shifts for this, by the way. In general, 5 maids, 3 kitchen staffs, and 1 of each liaison and sign
オーダ
flipper.
ー入ります。ケーキセット2つ、ショートケーキとガトーショコラ、ドリンクは2つともアイスティーで。
Roger. Oh, Yukari. I hail Yukari as she goes back to greet the customers.
何？私はまだ大丈夫だよ。今さっき女の子2人休憩出しちゃったし、もう少し頑張るよ。
I see. Don't push yourself.
カズマくんもね。後で学祭一緒に回ろうね。
Indeed. That's right. I forgot since I'm glued to the maid cafe, but the other classes are doing different kinds of staffs as well. Stuff like haunted houses, mazes, crepes, or takoyaki stands, and the like. What the hell? A line where one could easily play and eat to their heart's content. I'll go see with Yukari later. I feel like I can put up with a bit more thinking about that.
ゆかりちゃん注文はまだかな。
I hear someone calling Yukari's name from
は
afar.
い、ただいま。じゃ、後でね。
Yukari speaks up, then goes to the master's side. It's said that the outfit makes the maid, but the popularity of our cafe is just incredible. Yukari seems exceptionally popular even amongst them.
ゆかりちゃんこっちにも来てもらえないかな。
はい、すぐ伺います、ご主人様。
ねえゆかりちゃん一緒に写真撮ってよ。
当店では写真撮影を一切禁止させていただいておりまして、みんなでこの空間を作っていくためにご協力願えればと思います。
Quite a few of the masters are trying to cop a feel on the maids. In those cases, Shinozawa acts as the manager and throws out a lifesaver, so I feel pretty relieved. Though she would wear a maid outfit if she's going to be out on the floor. Is this some kind of intentional thing? The time is 3 p.m. God, this should not happen. You know, just move on with the plot. I don't need to know every second of what's going on in the store. Yukari and I haven't gone on a break yet, and I'm used to working, so I'm fine. But this might be too much of a burden for the girl. I do want to give Yukari a break soon,
すみ
but
ません。ケーキなんだけど、さっきので裏にあるのは全部だったんですよね。
まあそのはずだけど。
じゃあ、ショーウィンドウにある展示品から出していいかな。
まあ展示品はワンカットのみにして、残りのホールはこっちに持ってきてもらってもいい？
わかりました。
Yukari thrusts over to take the cake out from the show window, just as she brings it over to the kitchen. Ah! She stumbles over a chair and falls. Oh, come on, man. At that moment, the cake crashes to the floor and makes a mess. There's that gag with 3-second rule that in this case, it's not even funny. The masters nearby notice as well.
すみませんでした。今すぐ片付けますので。
Yukari is panicking. Shinozawa shows up and begins cleaning the floor, but it has already left a bad impression.
ごめんね、あやか。
動かして暇があったら手を動かす。
Jesus Christ, Shinozawa! What the hell?
はい。
ご主人様、お召し物など汚れてしまってはおりませんか？
Shinozawa asks the nearby master.
大丈夫でげすよ。それ彼女大丈夫でげすか？だいぶ疲れてそうだけど。
What the hell?
お使いありがとうございます。ほら、ゆかりも守って。
はい。すみませんでした。
Yukari stops wiping the floor down and goes to bow to the master. Yukari is probably at her limits now. Now we have one more problem. We are now down to 2 whole cakes. The booths are closing and it's about an hour, but with how things are right now, 16 slices will be gone in an instant. It's constantly painful to have lost the whole cake. Oh, wait a minute, she destroyed the whole cake. I thought it was just one slice. Jesus Christ. We can't even make anything right now because others are using this full kitchen. No, it's too early to give up without at least seeing if something can be done. I should try going over. Shinozawa. I call out to her from behind the kitchen and drop the
Nani?
curtain. Only 16 pieces of cake
オーダー
left.
入ります。ケーキセット2つ、ガトーショコラ2つです。ドリンクはアイスカフェオレ、ウーロン茶で。
あや
14 pieces left. Will it be
正
enough?
直完売するわよ。
So I was thinking of going to the school kitchen to see if I could make
そう
something
ね
for us.
ダメ元で行ってみる価値はあるかも。
Alright then,
頼
I'll
ん
be
だわ
off.
バックヤードは私がヘルプで入るから。
Roger. I ran from the classroom with the apron still on. Our class is in the second floor. The school kitchen is in the corner of the first floor.
なんでしょう。
Actually, we have a maid cafe going on right now, but a few of the menu items ran out. So we're wondering if we could make a few things here. I plead desperately, bowing my head so much I might as well be groveling. I'll beg if that's what it takes.
使わせてあげたいんだけど。ほら。
She shows me how things are going inside after saying that. There are cooking club members in the middle of teaching children how to make cakes. I search around to see if there's any available open spaces, but they're all
と
filled up.
いうわけで、今イベントやってるからしばらく開かないのよ。
I see.
ごめんなさいね。
Nah, sorry for bothering you when you're so busy. After giving another slight bow, I return to the classroom. I make an X with the arm, breathing
やっ
regardlessly.
ぱダメか。どうしよう。
I think about what we could do trying to catch my breath. I hear something fall over from inside the shop.
泉さん、泉さん。
Yukari, what's wrong? What's wrong with Yukari? What's wrong with Yukari? I look at the floor in panic. When I do, I see Yukari collapse in the middle. Boys aren't supposed to be in the open, but in a situation like this, even I can't be bothered with the rules. I quickly dash over to Yukari. Yukari, I call to her, but she gives no
最近
response.
ゆかりを保健室へ。
I know. I head towards the nurse's office, holding Yukari still wearing her maid outfit in my arms. On my way there, students and parents look at me with perplexed gazes, but that doesn't matter to me at all.
多分軽い貧血だと思うけど、
Is that
おそ
so?
らく学園祭の準備と当日で疲れが溜まっていたんでしょうね。
I'm so
しばらく寝てればそのうち目を覚ますと思うわ。
okay. After leaving Yukari to rest in the nurse's office, I return to the classroom, but it seems Shinozawa is being sensible and says we both can just take off. At the same time, Shinozawa was trying to get one of the more affectionate boys to wear a maid outfit. Is this her idea of replacement, I wonder? Regardless of the reason, I am glad that I get to break now. I'll stay by Yukari's side until she wakes
そ
up.
れじゃ先生は校内巡回の時間だから外に出るけど、もし何かあったら電話からコールして、すぐに戻ってくるから。
Understood. Damn, looks like we won't be able to look around school festival after all. Big dummy. I talk to Yukari as she sleeps. By the way, while the Paka sleep in a strange sitting position, though with their head lowered, but right now Yukari is sleeping with her body beautifully stretched flat. She appears so human. That really messes me up. Just pick whether you're an alpaca or a human. Well, either Yukari's. The nurse's office door burst open. I thought the nurse had come back, but it's the girl wearing our school uniform. I feel like I remember her being in the same orchestra club as Yukari.
ゆかりちゃんここですか？
Yukari's still sleeping. She's still sleeping. What's wrong?
管弦楽部の発表が5時からなんですけど、ゆかりちゃんがまだ来てなくて、クラスに行ったら保健室にいるって。
Listen, I don't think she's gonna make it to the orchestra, man. The clock says 4:30 p.m. 30 minutes until the performance. Now that she mentioned it, I remembered Yukari saying that the orchestra club is having a concert during the school festival. Will she be able to go in this condition? Well, let's try waking her up.
お願いします。
I don't think that's a good idea, man. I stand next to Yukari and call out to her. Yukari, your concert is in 30 minutes. She shows no reaction at all. I shake her for a bit. I can just imagine Yukari. Come on, man. Do you really not care if you don't wake up? And she doesn't care. She really isn't responding.
大丈夫です。そんな無理して起こさないでください。
But
ゆかりちゃん、今回部活とクラスの出し物ですごく忙しそうだったんです。
I'm running out of water. Please end already, please. That's even more of a reason. She practiced that hard, so she wants to go. The band member cuts me off without listening to the rest and
だから無理しているように聞こえるんです。ゆかりちゃんの音が。
damn.
ゆかりちゃん、もっとのびのびとした幸せな音を奏でる子のはずなのに、疲れなのか悩みなのか最近不調で、今回もソロパート削られたんです。
I didn't know. Yukari hadn't told me anything about that. Last time I heard her playing in the music room, it didn't sound like that at all. Could it be that she wasn't sounding good during
今回ゆかりちゃんがいなくても曲はちゃんと演奏できるし、不調のまま舞台に立つことって後で嫌な思い出になったりトラウマだから、このまま寝てた方がゆかりちゃんのためかなってそう思うんです。
I got
ゆ
it.
かりちゃんが起きたら伝言お願いします。あと励ましてあげてください。
Dude, Kazuma is her dude. Don't worry about that.
じゃ
Got it.
私はこれで失礼します。
She bows and leaves. I return to Yukari's side and sit down. Of course, Yukari's still resting. It's definitely my fault you're not in your best condition. Of course it is, you flippin' dingus. Why didn't you tell me anything? I could have helped out if you'd said something. No, that's not right. She never complains about things herself. It's in my place to pick up on it and force her to rest if need be. She was clearly exhausted in a maid cafe today as well, but did her best and said I'm fine. I should have made her rest then, even if I had to drag her by the hair and risk pulling it out. Jesus Christ. That's too much, Kazuma. That is way too much. Not just today, even though all this time up until now, preparing for the school festival, practicing for her club, and she has a lot of homework when she gets home too. In exchange for keeping my grades up, I like to join the club. That was what Yukari proposed to her parents. It'd be impossible for her to relax if she's filled up with schedule like that. Then there's my attitude on top of that. Of course, she'd be worried and depressed being avoided that much. There's no way she could have talked to me about her problems. We've really been keeping everything inside. I stroke Yukari's head gently. Her body squirms like that tickles her, but it doesn't seem like her eyes are going to open. What am I doing? I am her boyfriend. I never noticed. It's too late to notice now after she collapsed. I want to hit myself, then do it. There's a plant right there. Just smash it over your head, you dingus. I just make Yukari sad if I did that. Okay, never mind. Don't do that then. Okay. Oh, come to think of it, something like this happened before. Yes, that was a snowy winter. The time I was preparing for my entrance exam. Yukari's school of choice was a school above this one where you'd be able to go straight into college. No. It had been decided for her that it was her choice. She started day in and day out. Her stress piled up and she couldn't even play her beloved violin. You okay, Izumi? You're not looking too good.
そうかな。きっと今日が寒いからだよ。大丈夫だよ。
I worried and constantly asked her, but she was persistent in saying she was fine. Then, the day of the exam, Yukari collapsed in front of the testing site. Stressed and exhausted were the causes. Instead of being worried about their daughter, her parents blamed her for missing out on her first choice. That's why I told them they needed to take better care of their daughter. Yeah, the future is important, but if she's collapsing now, then she won't have a future. Man, I was so dumb back then. Barging into someone's house and yelling at them. Of course, they tossed me out because of that. I was able to start dating her. What? Then we were able to start studying together at my first choice, Seikoi, private high, which was Yukari's second choice. Jesus Christ. To be clear, it was more like she taught me, but we both were able to get into the school. Yukari pushes herself unless it catches her. She tries twice as hard as others, so she is not able to curb herself. Wasn't it my duty to make sure she didn't push herself too hard and I apply the brakes for her? Pathetic. Who changed her clothes? Wasn't she in the maid outfit? Yukari wakes up. I look at the clock, it's 7 p.m. All the simple cleanup is done and everyone is probably in the bonfire now.
外が暗い。今何時？7時？
Yep, it is 7. Yukari.
カズマくん？ねえ、私どうしちゃってたのかな？なんで保健室なんかに？
You collapsed. I calm her down first, then brief her on what happened up until now.
全部終わっちゃってたんだね。ごめんね。学祭全然一緒に回れなかったね。
It's fine. There's something I really wanted to see anyway. Kari stares at me. It feels like her gaze can see right through me, and I reflectively turn away.
カズマくん、嘘は良くないよ。本当はいろいろ見たかったんでしょ？
Kazuma, you are a big idiot. Like, a big one, a huge one, you know? Like, I would have been like, yo, Yukari, you know what's fine. As long as I could have been with you, you know, this festival would be alright. So she knows I was lying. God dang it. Well, I did want it to, but I am more worried about you.
ごめん。あと、クラスのみんなと部活のみんなにも謝らなきゃ。
Yukari laughs mockingly at herself. What will you do? Want to at least show up to the bonfire?
どうしようかな。でも、なんだか最後だけ顔出すのはちょっと気まずいかも。
I see. I don't think anyone in class or in her club would be bothered by that. Well, she herself is bothered by it.
カズマくん、
What is it?
私、屋上行きたいな。外の空気吸いたいかも。
Yeah, let's go. You know, the roof sounds fine. We leave the nurse's office and head to the roof.
いい風
Yukari stretches Yukari stretches that makes me stretch as well. Being this late is gotten pretty
そ
cold.
ろそろ夏も終わるってことだよ
For the record, September is considered fall, just saying.
そうだね
We fail to continue the conversation past that and fall into
カズ
silence.
マくんあのね
What?
私カズマくんに言わなきゃって思ってたんだけど今更かもしれないけど私今日の演奏会実はソロパート削られてたんだ
Then what the girl from that orchestra club said was true.
私精一杯頑張ったつもりなんだけどねでも本当につもりだったみたい
Tears well up in Yukari's
なん
eyes.
か私ダメだ全然うまくいかないよ頑張ってるのに何もできない何も結果が出ない
That's
そ
not.
うだってメイド喫茶途中で倒れちゃうし演奏会だって出れてないしみんなの迷惑にしかなってないよ
That's not true. I was going to say that, but I have nothing to say that could prove her wrong. Yes, Yukari collapse today did cause a lot of problems for everyone. However, isn't that my fault for letting Yukari's life end up like that? Yes, it's your fault, Kazuma. You dingus, go jump off the balcony or something. If I'd been more attentive to her needs, then this wouldn't have happened.
なんかもう疲れちゃったよもうやだもうやだよ
Yukari's anguished voice rings out.
私頑張ってるのになんでダメなのまだ足りないのどれだけ頑張ればいいの
She's endured and endured and endured. Now she's unable to stop the flow of emotions over her as much as she endured. What can I do for her? Fucking go hug her, you dingus, and be like, everything's gonna be fine. Oh my god. No, this isn't the time to be thinking of that. My girlfriend is crying in front of me. What can I do for her? Yukari. I raise my voice over Yukari to cut her off, then embrace her tightly. Yukari,
カズマくん
I'm sorry. It's my fault. I should have been watching you better.
カズマくんのせいじゃないよ私がダメなことから
She continues to blame herself.
私のやることなんていつも中途半端でだから何一つ結果が伴わないんだよ
No, it's my fault for making you this worried. I have to tell her what it's been like for me up until now. But how? Bluntly, you look like an alpaca to me. No, if I tell her now, it will just throw her into confusion and make her even more messed up. It's way too far-fetched an idea. She'd be the one who's crazy if she's actually believing me. More likely, she'd think I am wrong in the head and distance herself from me. Then, how to tell her? Do I even have the right to say that at Yukari's side after pushing her into the state that she's in now? I can only imagine that my staying with her, there will be a chance I make even more unhappy. I'm quickly losing confidence in myself, yet I take one step forward. I have to tell her. I realize the hand embracing her, look Yukari in the eyes and speak. Ooh, okay, here we go. I probably can't go out with you. Oh. We already know that she likes alpacas. I probably can't go out with you anymore. Yeah. Ah, la Lord, no. Okay, come on, man. I've been reading for like an hour. It's gotta end today. You look like an alpaca. Do you like alpaca? I see you as an alpaca. Oh man, it's Kazuma's fault. All right, I probably can't go out with you anymore. That should be it because this is a rhetorical question. She's feeling sad right now, so she'll be like, "Why the hell are you asking me that now?" I see you as an alpaca is messed up too, so I guess let's just go with this. I'm not sure if we can keep being together. I love Yukari, But because of that, I feel like I can't make her happy as I am right now. That's why we should just break up, so she can enjoy the attention of someone who will actually treat her well.
どうしてそんなこと言うの？
Of course, she's worried by me blurting it out like that. I didn't want to say this myself either. It's not your fault, Yukari. There's something wrong with
どうい
me.
うこと？わけがわからないよ。
I don't understand it myself either,
理由
man.
をちゃんと教えてくれるかな？
She's right. This is just like I'm dumping her. But would she understand the reason if I explain it? Do I have to tell you? I don't think you would understand the reason either.
理解できない。
She mutters the same words. She's probably trying to imagine in her mind what I would say if I tried. Her expression darkens. It seems she still stands tall, even with an expression on her face, like she's about to burst out into
私
tears.
それでも聞きたい。
I say you just tell her.
カズマくんがどうしてそんなことを言い出したのか。
God dang it, man. This stupid game. It's unavoidable. She's just so terrified. Yet Yukari still wants to hear it why. That is why I have to respond with these feelings. Yukari, don't laugh right now. To me, you look like a dang alpaca. Oh, there's a long continuous silence. Neither Yukari nor I know what to say in this situation. The bell rings, signaling that the bonfire is over. That note feels like the signal at the end of our relationship too. The mood is heavy. I'm about to crack a joke to lighten this unbearably heavy mood, but Yukari speaks
カ
first.
ズマくんの言いたいこと、まだ理解はできないけど、
Her
伝
exp-
えたいことは分かったよ。
her expression is one of neither anger nor sorrow. Rather, it is
私
confusion.
はカズマくんの言葉を信じてみようと思う。
I'm sorry for not telling you
謝
until now.
ることじゃないよ。でも、なんで
I don't know how to answer even if she asks
い
me
つ
one.
からなの？
Huh?
私がアルパカとして見えるようになったのは
Oh my
い
god.
つから？
No,
もしかして
no, you were
だった
human.
時から
Yukari, let me read. I want to finish this game. Dang it. You were human when I first met you. You were a human. These words feel bizarre. Saying it myself makes me feel like I'm going crazy. I've never had to check someone's species ever before in my life. Remember when we went to Alpaca Kingdom for your birthday? Since then,
そうなんだ。
we both had head home in our separate ways after exchanging awkward farewells. What? Oh, well, I mean, this is for the best. You know, the school, it feels more distant and cold as usual for the rest. That night, I lie in anguish alone. Regardless of whether it's true or not, was it the right thing to do to tell her the honest truth? No. If I want to stay together with Yukari, I have to tell her in one form or another. But this is really the best way. With the festival over, only loneliness remains with me as light passes by. I keep waiting, my eyes locked into the ceiling, but sleep never finds me. Oh, Monday comes. Still going. The day after the festival, we came to school in the morning to clean up. The day she's still in alpaca. Look at that. The day after the festival. Okay, yes. Look at Yukari's here.
おはよう。
Morning. Because of yesterday, it feels awkward to be with Yukari, so we came to school separately. We exchanged greetings, but just feels weird between us. I distract myself by talking nonsense with the classmates as to casually avoid Yukari. Why do we have to come to school on a national holiday?
まったくだよな。今日くらい休ませてほしいもんだぜ。
昨日生ゴミ片付けておいただけでもありがたいと思いなさいよね。
つうか、お前たち実行委員だけで後片付けしてくれてもいいんだぜ。
What the hell are you saying? We spent the whole summer vacation working on the plans for this, and you could at least help clean.
まあ、そう怒るなって。でも祭りの後っていうのはなんでこう寂しい気持ちになるのね。
You're right.
昨日まで良くも悪くも忙しくてやることがあったのにそれがなくなっちゃうからじゃないの？
I see. We We don't get very far in wrapping up all the banters. The rest of my classmates seem to still be fatigued from yesterday and seem
は
a
い
bit
みんな
down.
後片付け進んでる
Shinozawa, who was nowhere to be found until now, calls us to attention. Where has she
メイ
been?
ド喫茶の領収書私忘れてる人いないわよねっていうか今更忘れてても払い戻さないわよ
Won't reimbursing even if they've forgotten. She says I have some serious qualms about that. I can't understand if this is something like the extra drinks we bought that day, but if that says the receipt for the certain week chain, I'm tired. I've been reading for like an hour and 10 minutes. This is too much. This is like a whole classroom right here, man. Oh, God. Well, I didn't have to deal with any receipts, though. I have no problems for me. The cakes from Black Cat Cafe went directly between Shinozawa and from the owner. Oh, that's, there's a boy in the corner that looks like he's going to burst out crying. He definitely forgot to turn in his receipt. That's unfortunate. Sorry, but there's nothing I can do about
と
it.
いうわけで昨日の売り上げが出たわよ聞いて驚くな純利益で11万だ
Wow. Okay, how much is that in dollars? That is $1,030. Wow, it's $1,037 with 63 cents. Making 110,000 yen in one day is pretty impressive, don't you think? Frankly, it feels unreal. What kind of business would you have to pull off to make that kind of profit? I get the feeling that if Shinozawa ever runs a company, it'll just keep
なので
expanding.
みんなで日にちを決めて盛大に打ち上げをしましょう
We haven't even picked the date yet, but everyone is already in a celebrating mood. We're talking about Shinozawa here, so our party is probably going to happen in a pretty fun
はい
place.
というわけで今日はみんな疲れてるだろうけどさっさと片付けて帰りましょう
Shinozawa takes charge, and everything is about to resume their cleanup work. At that moment,
あの
Yukari timidly lifts her head.
どうしたのゆかり
その今回のメイド喫茶用に運び込んだ家具回収しなきゃいけないんだけど誰か手伝ってくれないかなって
As usual, she's bad at standing out in front of others. You should be able to just announce it outright there in the
そういう
classroom.
のは旦那にお願いしたらいいんじゃないのか
Don't say that! They broke up! Yukari is thrown into a panic, not expecting that jab. Yukari turns to me, troubled, but the moment our eyes meet, she instantly turns
はい
away.
佐伯一人で運べる量と重さじゃないでしょみんなで手伝う
Shinozawa throws out a lifesaver for Yukari's trouble.
どこに運べばいいの
持ってきてくれた時と同じで校庭にパパが来てくれてるから
はいそこの手の空いてそうな運動部この辺の家具を校庭まで運んで
The athletic club members split the furniture and began carrying it out the moving company. I was thinking of helping, but they carried all the furniture quite quickly. I feel like I should be working out a bit after seeing that power. Yukari picks up her teddy bear and heads down to the yard. As she leaves the room, our eyes meet again. It looks like she wants to say something, but she moves on without a word. She's probably in a state where she has no idea of what to say, bothered by yesterday's event, the same as me. It'll be a problem if it stays like this, though. I have to find some way to break the ice, but it's not that easy to make the mental light bulb go ding.
何ブツブツ独り言言ってるのよ
Shinozawa calls out to me. Okay, you don't have to read this. You know what? Shinozawa was talking out loud. I figured I grumbled. I don't want to read that either. Maybe I don't want to read that either. Just move on with the plot, please. Nah, I turned over to my memories, but these thoughts I didn't
口
think
には
of
出て
them.
なくてもそのうなりと表情を見ればなんとなくわかるわよ
You know what? This is where we're gonna leave off because it is way too long. It's been an hour and 14 minutes. I don't see no end to this. I thought after the festival it would be over, but it's not. So thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you can do so. The links will be in the description below. Anything I want to share with you guys, I'll definitely post it on Twitter and Instagram. I am a digital artist, and I post every Wednesday and Saturday from 8 to 9 California time. And if you guys will see me work, I invite you to come over and check it out. I am withering away here, man. Subscribe, like, comment down below, become part of Mr. Gaming Inc., Mr. Gaming Incorporated, and feel free to hit that little bell button too, so you guys won't miss other videos like this. You know, a Pacaplus is a good visual novel. Kazuma pisses me off because, my God, he has no backbone. And you know, I just want to punch him in the face. But you know, random videos, Overwatch, Call of Duty, anything in my PS4, Xbox, anything I want to play, you know, just play, you know. Nintendo weekend. Next week's gonna be Minecraft Mage's Quest again. Which, by the way, let me put this off right now. That Minecraft, I am trying to make my own mod pack, like my whole mod pack, and you know, hopefully it'll be it'll be ready soon. You know, so that way we can start off a new adventure there. So, with all the mods that we like, witchery mods, magic mods, Twilight Forest, all that good stuff. So, hopefully, you know, we it's done by then. So, thank you guys for coming. I do appreciate it. And everyone, please have a good afternoon, good evening, and good night. You know, if you made it this far, I want to thank you, man. It's been an hour and 16 minutes, me reading a lot. So, you know, really, I want to thank you. You guys are the best. Hopefully, you guys had fun, you know, hearing my voice. You know, like I said, this is a chill out, you know, just leave your phone playing and you guys can hear me read. And that's it. See you guys in the next one. I'm parched. Peace out, everybody.